Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors trading on margin. Utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
All right, so first thing you want to do, I'm gonna share my screen here real quick, is you want to log into your back office. All right, you want to log into your back office, so AuvoriaPrime.com. Once you log in, you'll be in your back office, and you want to click on the little menu button here. It's top left-hand corner. All right, I'm gonna click on that, and you want to click on AP Marketplace, and then switch tools. So menu button, AP Marketplace, switch tools. All right, once you've done that, if you haven't selected AIRO, it'll bring up all the different software that are available. Go ahead and select AIRO. All right, that's step number one. If you are just now selecting AIRO, that means you need to, it's gonna take about 30 minutes to an hour before your VPS is all set up. And so if you're just now selecting AIRO on this screen right here, then just go ahead and take notes because you will not be able to follow along. All right. If you already have it set up, great. Go ahead and select Launch VPS. All right. You come to the screen here, the Auvoria Prime Connect screen. You want to come down here to your VPS accounts, click on that, and select the Access Pass running. All right. Next thing you want to do is you want to copy this password. Go ahead. Let's see, copy that. And then you want to go in here and select Connect to your VPS. It's going to open up another screen for you. All right. And the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to put, I've already logged into mine, that's why you can see it. But you're going up in here in the top right-hand corner, you're going to want to put, well, first of all, you're going to hit Control-Alt-Delete. All right. You come here to the white box. You want to paste everything here and then hit Send Text. When that happens, you hit OK, and it will log you into your VPS. All right. You'll come to a screen like this here. And what you want to do is double click on AIRO. All right. Double click on AIRO, and then your software will pop up. So MetaTrader 4 will pop up. All right. Let me pull up a chart here. You'll get 4 charts, 4 smaller charts like this. All right. And the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to log into your VPS here. So your MetaTrader 4, you want to log into your broker account. All right. So whatever broker you set up, if you don't have a broker, send me a message on Telegram or on Instagram at Nate Got the Bag, and I can recommend some brokers for you. Publicly, I cannot recommend it, but I can recommend some privately. All right. So once you've done that, and you have your broker set up, and again, if you don't have your broker set up or you don't have your VPS set up, please take notes. That way you're prepared for when your time comes. All right. So you want to come up here to File. You want to go to Open an Account. Here, you want to go ahead and select Add New Broker down here and type in your broker. All right. So I'm just going to type in a broker, and you hit Scan. Let it do its thing. When the broker comes up, if you have a demo account, which I recommend first, getting a demo account before you get a live account. But I recommend getting a demo account first. That way you can practice. And once you get consistent at practicing and making money on your demo account, then you can put real money into your account and start to trade your real account. All right. So whether you have your demo account or your live account, you just select it. hit next. And then from here, you want to select existing trade account. So select that. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me find mine real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. All right. So first thing we do is put your login. Your login, when you receive your email from your broker account, when you set up an account, they're going to send you an email. It's going to tell you what the server name is. It's going to tell you your account number and 2 passwords. There's a trader password and then there's an investor password. The trader password is what you want to put into the password here. All right. The trader password allows you to make trades. The investor password is read only. So if you have a friend that wants to see your results that you've been doing on AIRO, give them your account number and your investor password. It will allow them to just log in and look around. They can see what kind of trades and how much money you've been making and things of that nature to see how well AIRO has been treating you. All right. But for you want to put in your login, which is your account number. And then you will put in your password. All right. Existing trade account, log in, password, hit finish. There you are. Now you're in. All right. Now that you're in, you want to do what? Now that you're in, you want to do what? Now you want to go ahead and set up your chart. All right. Let's go ahead and set up our chart. So first thing you would do is you want to go ahead and set up your chart. Right click on the back of the screen. You get a menu item comes here. Go down to the very bottom. It says properties. Select properties. All right. And go to colors. First thing you would do is just go ahead. Give me 1 second. Let me put in the colors. And then you guys take a picture of them real quick. All right, here are all the settings for the colors. Take a picture of that. Take a screenshot. Then you want to go to common. Under common, you want everything to look like this. All right. Take a picture of that or a screenshot. All right. Hit OK. And voila, there it is. Now your settings are set. All right. And this is what I call the default settings. All right. So your candles that are going up, they're green. The candles that are going down are red. All right. Also, you have period separators. These separators right here. All right, let's go down to 15-minute time frame. These lines here let you know when a new day has started. It's every 24 hours here. All right. Next thing you want to do is you want to save this. So you want to come up here to on your chart, on your menu bar. If you don't have any of these on your menu bar, you want to select View, Toolbars, turn on all 4 of these. All right. So View, Toolbars, turn all 4 of these on. Just click them and it'll put a check mark next to them. It'll add it on the screen for you. And then next, you want to come down here and select the status bar and charts bar. Make sure you have a check by those. When you have a check by all 6, you will see exactly what I see here. All right. Now, what you want to do is you want to hit templates. This right here, this last icon right here to the very far right. You put your mouse over, it says templates. Select that, hit save template. You'll get this error, restrictions box. That's fine. Select OK. You get this here. And what you want to do is you want to save this as default. Default. All right. Hit save. Now you have your default chart. All right. Now, next, you want to add the AIRO software onto your default chart. So underneath the word charts, you want to come down here to this icon, gold folder with the gold star. It's called the navigator. Click on that. You got your pop out here. Indicators will probably be closed. There's a little plus sign next to the word indicators. Select that. Come down here where it says AIRO V3. Double click AIRO V3. Go to common. Make sure you have both selected. Allow DLL. Allow external. Next, you go to inputs. Make sure you have your desktop alert turned to true. Push notifications to your phone turn to true. All right. And then your money zone. So you need to find out what time your broker, what time their server time is. You can easily go to, so for example, if you use a broker KOT4X, Google what is the server time for KOT4X. All right. It'll give you the server time. You then want to convert 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time into whatever the time zone your broker has. All right. Convert that. For me, on this broker, that's going to be 0800 to 2000. 0800 to 2000. Once you selected that, you hit OK. And voila. You'll have your software on your chart. All right. Then you can close this here. Now that you have the software on your chart, come back up here to templates. Click on templates, hit save template. You get the restrictions again, select OK. Save, this is AIRO V3. I already have it saved, so I'm not going to save it again. Just type in AIRO V3, hit save. All right. Once you've done that, it's easy for you to load it onto another chart. So for example, if you have another chart here, I have another chart here. I go to templates. I go to load template. I select AIRO V3. I hit open. And voila, there it is. All right. That is how you load it. Now, it is not highly recommended unless you have no choice to use the VPS for your software through the website. The best thing to do is to log into your VPS. So if you come back here to the website, you come over here to remote desktop connection, select that. It'll give you your username, your IP address, and your password to log in. All right. And then guess what? You can log into your remote desktop VPS. All right. If you have a Mac, just download the app Microsoft Remote Desktop. If you have a Windows computer, it'll already be loaded. And you just type in, you type in your username, your trader, IP, password, and you log in. Once you log in, I'll show you what that looks like real quick. Let me pull mine up real quick here. All right. Share my screen with you guys. All right. Once you log in, you can see here I have much larger picture, much larger screen. All right. You'll get a better user experience from the size of the screen to how fast it moves inside of your remote desktop. All right. Inside a remote desktop. All right. Let me answer a couple questions real quick. You can ask questions in the chat, guys. Thank you, Emily. I didn't feel like I did the best, but because we had some very dynamic speakers on the call that day. But I appreciate it. We're gonna bring a lot of things this year, so you gotta look out for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, yeah, we'll go over how to open the trade, how to put stop loss and take profit on. We'll go over that as well, guys. All right. So now that we have saved our templates, all right, and again, remember, whatever you do inside the website on the VPS, if you log into your VPS through your Microsoft Remote Desktop, it'll look the exact same. All right. All right. Let's look here. So let me share my screen one more time. Someone asked, how do you know when the market is moving? The market is always moving when the market is open. The market opens at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday, and it closes at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on Friday. All right? 4 p.m. Central Standard Time Sunday to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time Friday. Sometimes of the day it'll move faster than others. Sometimes of the day it'll move slower than others. But it's always moving between Sunday at 4 p.m. Central to Friday 4 p.m. Central. All right. Let's see here. Now that we have our charts up, I want to go over the 10 pairs that I recommend. All right. I want to go over the 10 pairs that I recommend. So number one is the Great Britain Pound USD, GBP USD. Next is GBP CHF. And if you guys want to take a screenshot of this, you can. They're all here at the bottom of the chart, all 10. Next is GBP JPY. Next is GBP NZD. Next is GBP CAD. Next is GBP AUD. Next is the EUR GBP. Next is EUR AUD. Next is EUR NZD. And then last but not least is EUR JPY. All right, EUR JPY. These are the 10 pairs that I recommend you start with, all right, when you're trading with the AIRO software. All right. Let's see here. If you need to know how to add these pairs, what you do is right underneath File, you have a little icon, little white box with a green plus sign that says Create a New Chart. Select that, and all your pairs will be here. Some of the pairs will be here, and then you have your different categories here, here, and here, depending on what you have selected. If you don't see some of the pairs that I recommended, you need to add them. All right. So you want to add them, you want to go to View, Symbols. View, Symbols. Under Symbols, you're going to have all the different icons here. And then from here, what you want to do is you just want to select, depending on the broker you're using, these categories will be labeled something different. So anything that says FX or Forex, you want to go ahead and select that, or put the little plus sign, and you want to go inside and find it. So GBP USD, that's the one I recommended, not the others, just the GBP USD. All right. You double click on it until this little box right here is highlighted gold. All right. To the box with the money sign. When it's highlighted gold, you then can come over here under Open New Chart, and it'll be underneath here. All right. So view, symbols. All right. Found it there. FX crosses. I find the other ones here. I double click on them until they're gold. I hit close, and then I can come find everything here. FX majors, FX crosses. We're all good to go. All right. That is how you add all of the pairs that you need to trade with that I recommend. Again, AIRO works on everything, but again, I recommend these 10 to start off with just due to their ADR. The software we're utilizing is a momentum trending indicator. All right. So AIRO is momentum trending. So it's all about when price is trending in a direction and has momentum. When it does, the software will trigger you for potential entries in a specific direction. All right. Now, let's talk about AIRO. Zoom out a little bit so you guys can see it. AIRO is comprised of, well, first of all, AIRO is just a visual representation of what the market is doing. All right. It makes it easier for individuals to conceptualize what is actually going on. All right. With the markets. That way you have a better educated guess, as I call it. It's always, so that you can actually understand where the market may be going based on certain factors, which allows you to then be able to place a trade in a specific direction and potentially make money. So the visual aspects of AIRO, you have these red zones, you have these green zones. The red zones are resistance. They are like the ceiling. If I take a ball and I throw it at the ceiling, it's going to hit the ceiling, it's going to bounce off. All right. The green zones are support. They're like the floor. If I take a ball and I drop it on the floor, it bounces off the floor and heads back up. So as you can see here, price comes down, hits the floor, bounces up. Price hits the ceiling, bounces down. Price hits the floor, bounces up. Hits the ceiling, bounces down. All right. Price is constantly hitting the ceiling, hitting the floor. All right. It's in between where you get the opportunity to potentially buy or sell. All right. Next is the candlesticks. That's what these are, these formations here. These are candlestick formations. All right. Now, if the candlestick is green and above the blue line, it is potentially trending upward. It's in an uptrend. If it's red and below the blue line, it's in a downtrend. All right. As you see here, it's red coming down underneath the blue line, trending down. Heading back up, it's green, but the blue line headed up. All right. And so green and red just help you to conceptualize what it looks like. Because if you look at it here, let me show you my default chart. Load template. We'll go to default, open. This is the default chart. You see it's red and green. All the way down, red and green. But with AIRO, there's special software in there. Load template. AIRO feed 3, open. All right, you see there's special software in there to keep everything red. All right, to help you understand that the overall trend is down. Even though some candles are heading up and some are going down and some are going up, some are going down, the overall trend is down. So it helps you to better feel comfortable staying in the trade. All right. Next is this shaded area, the shaded box area. If you zoom out, you'll see you have it every day. Every day. This is the money zone. This is that time frame I was telling you about. We need to convert 12 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. You need to convert that time into your broker's server time. Once you've done that, your box will be situated in the correct area. Now, what is the purpose of the money zone, as we call it? The purpose of the money zone is to indicate to you what time of the day you should be trading. All right, what time of the day you should be trading. Why? The reason why is because the Forex market moves all day long. All right, but the money, the big money that is traded during, only traded during a certain time frame. Over 80% of all money traded in the foreign exchange market happens inside of this shaded area. So the best time to trade is with the money. You want to trade with the money and in the direction the money is trading. All right. Once you're doing that, then you're good to go. You have the highest probability opportunity of potentially being able to make some money. All right. Next is the blue line. The blue line is just the moving average. Same thing, like I said, when price is above it, it's trending up. When it's below, trending down. It's just there as another visual representation to help you with a potential understanding where the market is going. Hey, price is red and it's underneath the moving average. It bounced here. Now it came back down. Nate said when it hits the ceiling, it's going to reverse. So it hit the ceiling, it reversed. Now it's red and it's underneath the moving average. We should be in a sell trend right now. Sell. Hit the floor when above the moving average and it's green now. We should be in a buying trend now. Buy. All right. Last but not least, you have the candles. The arrows. All right. These just give you potential entries of when to get into the trade. All right. Now, I'm going to show you strategy number one. We're going to talk about it, how to trade with it. And then I'll show you guys, we'll talk about how to count pips, lot sizes, how to place trades, take profit, stop loss. All right. So strategy number one, which is the foundation of AIRO, is the bag entry method, BAG, bag. Bag stands for bounce, arrow, go. All right. So there are three simple rules to strategy number one. Number one, you want to zoom out and count your zones. Do I have more green or red zones? As you can clearly see here, we've zoomed out all the way. It's gray, so we can't zoom out anymore. We clearly have more green than red. All right. So I have more green and red, which means I'm looking for buys. All right. I'm looking for buys. I'm only going to take a buy for strategy number one. Now you zoom in. All right. You zoom in, and now you're waiting for price to be inside the money zone. All right. Like right here. You're only looking to trade inside the money zone. This is 12 hours out of the day are the highest probability chances. You can trade outside of the money zone, but the highest probability chance to trade is outside of the money zone. All right. Great. So now that we're inside the money zone, that's step number two. Step number three is only take bag entry trades in the direction of the trend inside the money zone. So what does that mean? That means we know from step number one, we're only going to take up buys. So that means we're only going to take these up arrows. We're only going to take them inside the money zone. So what we're doing, we're waiting for a bag entry. Bag needs bounce off of support for a buy. So if we're taking bag entries for a buy, bounce off of support like I did here. Heads up, arrow, get in next candle, go. Runs up. That's it. Bounce. Got up arrows right here. Enter, go. Now, there's a little caveat to it. Just because you get a bounce arrow go, you don't always. You want to make sure you're 20. If you're taking a trade in buy direction, in up direction, you want to make sure that you are more than 20 pips away from the resistance zone. So, for example, on this arrow right here, there's 17 pips to the next zone. You may or may not want to take that trade because it's less than 20 pips. Our target is 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. All right. And the reason being is there is no guarantee that price is going to go all the way to the ceiling, touch it, turn around. There's no guarantee price is going to come all the way to the floor, touch it, and turn around. Let's see if I can find an example for you. Look, price came down. We know we're looking for buy. Look, No bounce. There's an arrow here. It didn't go very up. It didn't go high up. We need that bounce. There's no bounce right here. So you don't take arrow. Even though we know the direction is up, as far as the trend, we don't take this up arrow because there's never a bounce. We want the bounce. We need the bounce. As you see here, if you got in here on this up arrow, it went up and you would have lost big time. You need to wait for the bounce. All right, there's no guarantees. Like I said, it hit the ceiling here, but there's no guarantees it's going to come all the way back down to the floor. All right. Hit the floor here, no ceiling up here. Ceiling started over here. All right. That is why we want to have 20 pips room, because price may or may not go the full, all the way to the actual zone. Same thing for a sell. Let's see if I can find a sell. All right, here we go. Zoom out. We clearly have more red than green. More reds than greens. Zoom in. Inside the money zone. Here we go. Bounce. Got an arrow. But look. This arrow. 9, let's call it 10 pips away from the zone. We don't take that. We don't take that. All right, too close. Too close. So you see, it came down. It didn't go to the ceiling right away. Went to the floor. Went back up. Found another ceiling. Came back down. Now it looks like it may hit. All right, so we don't take that trade. All right. That's it. Those are the rules. All right. There's one more rule. There's 3 rules on how to get out. All right. How to know when to get out of a trade. All right. Make sure you write you guys take these notes down. Number 1, price hits your take profit. It's going to automatically close you out. You're good to go. Number 2, price hits your stop loss. It's going to hit your stop loss. It's going to automatically get you out. Closed. Or 3, and this one happens more than often, when you're in a trade, if you're in a sale, because we see here we're in a sale trend, if we're in a opposite zone, like right here, bounce, arrow, you could have got to this first one, and you could have got to the second one. All right? Because the second one is, oh, nope, you wouldn't have got into it. It's less than 20 pips away. All right? But let's say it was. If you have 2 consecutive arrows in the direction of the trend, you can get in the first one. I recommend 20 pips. You can also get in the second one. I recommend 10 pips on the second one. All right? 20 for first entry, 10 for second entry. Only if you have 2 consecutive arrows. If there was an up arrow in between, let's say right here, there's up arrow, you do not take the second down arrow. Even though it's with the trend, because the up arrow is there, do not take it unless you get another hold of the bounce. All right? But as you can see here, price came down and found a new zone. The zone started right here. The entry would have been right here. The zone started right here. So we know we're 13 pips away from this floor. If we got into this trade for 10 pips and this zone popped up before we hit 10 pips, we automatically get out. If you're in a sale and a floor or support zone pops up, immediately exit the trade. Same thing with the buy. If you're in a buy and a ceiling pops up before you get to your take profit, immediately exit the trade as soon as it pops up. The reason being is because price has found a new level of support or resistance, the floor or the ceiling. You want to immediately get out because price can reverse and go all the way back to your stop loss and you will lose money. Whereas if you close it out immediately, you may make a little bit, you may break even, you may take a small loss. But most of the time, the traders that are trading with AIRO are not hitting the 40 pip stop loss if they're following all the rules. All right. That is all the rules for strategy 1. Make sure you watch the videos. All right. In back office, make sure you watch the videos. Speaking of that, let's go show you where those are at. So share screen. We're going to go back to the website. We're back here to the website. What you want to do is you want to go to AP Academy right here. Right here. Select AP Academy. All right, once you select AP Academy, you'll see this page here. Next, you want to select My First Steps. You want to go through all these videos here. Then you want to go through, we'll click on that there, My First Steps. Come down here, My First Steps, click on this here. You see, mine are all completed. I've watched mine. So you go through and watch all these videos. Next, you go to My Education, go through all these videos. All right. Then you come down to My Product Setup. All right. And you get that all set up. Once you get it all set up there, if you've gone through all that, then you want to go through My Final Steps. All right. Once you go through all that, guess what? Then you come here to My Products in the top right-hand corner. My Products. Select My Products. And guess what? Scroll down, and whatever products you have the setup course here. You select Access Setup Course for AIRO, and you have all the videos you need here. So you have the AIRO overview video I made. You have the setup and access for your VPS. So any questions, any help you need with your VPS and setting up AIRO, they're right here, all on these videos here. Next is AIRO Setup. So this is me teaching you how to set up. Same thing we're going over now. Then you have all your strategies. Strategy number 1, which we just went over. So if you need to rehear it, you can go here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then part 1 and part 2 of strategy number 8. I have strategy number 9 and strategy number 10 I'll be dropping so that everyone has access to those, all 10 strategies. All right. All right. That is it. That is it when it comes to setting everything up. Let's see what questions we have in here. Does it matter how long the bounce off support resistance is? I would say as long as the bounce happens, if the arrow pops up less than 50 pips after the bounce, you're good to go. Because ADR, remember ADR, 50 pips or more, and ADR is starting to wear out. So as long as your bounce is less than 50 pips away, as long as the arrow is less than 50 pips away from your bounce, you're good to go. When you click on RDP, get your info. All right, guys. Again, all questions about RDP are in that setup video. Please go watch those videos. All right? Go watch those videos right there, guys. Last but not least, let's go back to the charts. I'm going to show you guys how to set up. So me. All right, when you want to set up your VPS, you're going to get a screen. You're going to get this right here. This remote desktop. You're going to go to plus, the plus sign that says new. Connection name. Whatever you want to call it. I call mine AP. And you can see here. This is my personal one that I had before I joined the company. Here is one that's for AP. All right. PC name is your IP address. Username is trader. Password is the password. Once you've done that, you close it. It'll pop up here. You double click it. Log in. That's it. So again, when you pop up your Microsoft Remote Desktop, you hit the plus sign. Type this as AP, Auvoria Prime, whatever you want to call it. Come down here where it says PC name. That's your IP address. Username is trader. Password is the password that was given for you, where I showed you guys where to get the information from. Type that information in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Double click this here. It lets you in. That's it. That's how you do it. Hopefully that helps. All right, guys, let me log back into, just answer a couple questions. We're going to log back into the charts. All right, and now we're going to go over three things: how to count pips, how to set up your lot sizes, and what are lot sizes, and then we're going to go over how to place a trade and set your take profit and set your stop loss. All right. So number one is how to count pips. All right, I already had some stuff here. Here we go. All right. Pips. Pips is how you count the movement in price. So your currency pairs, everyone understands currency pairs, there's pairs. So you have your currencies, like we have the United States dollar here. That's our currency. All right. In Canada, they have the Canadian dollar. When you pair them together, you have the USD CAD, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. That's a currency pair. And you see here, if I open up the charts, go to FX Majors. Actually, I got to add it. View, symbols, FX Majors. There it is, US dollar, Canadian dollar, USD CAD. So when you pair two countries' currencies together, you have what's called a currency pair. All right. What that's doing is it's measuring the strength between the two currencies. Which currency is more valuable than the other at a specific time? All right. Whatever currency is at the front is the currency either getting weaker or stronger. This chart right here, you see up here in the right-hand corner, left-hand corner, we are on the EUR JPY chart. That's the euro versus the Japanese yen. All right. Euro versus Japanese yen. So when price is heading up, that means the euro is getting stronger versus the Japanese yen. When price is going down, that means the euro is weakening against the Japanese yen. That's how it works. All right. So that's what pips are. They are how you count the movement in price. All right. Now, there are two types of price. All right. Let me try to move this real quick, get a little more room here. Put that right there. Next is all right. If there are two or three numbers after the decimal place, the second number is your pip. All right. As you can see here, the price is on the right-hand column here, right-hand column, up and down, up and down. You see here, 126.135. All right. Let me put this up here. Let me change this real quick. We're going to go with 126.135. 135. That's the price we're going to figure. We're going to start with. So there's three, you see, it's 126.135. There's three numbers after the decimal place, which means the second digit, 1, 2. Therefore, the 3 is our pip. All right. So let's do an exercise so we can learn how to count pips. All right. If price goes from 126.135 to 126.145, the 3 turned to 4, that's plus 1. Therefore, that's 1 pip up. Price has moved up 1 pip. All right. All right, now if price goes from 126.135 to 126.125, 3 minus 1 is 2, so it went down 1. That is 1 pip down. All right, 1 pip down. Next. All right, next. If price goes from 126.135 to 126.235, that is 10 pips up. All right, even 3, and then 1 in front of it, that's 13. So 13 plus 10 is 23. All right, just like math, carry the 1. All right. And then last but not least, if price goes from 126.135 to 126.035, that is 10 pips down. 13 minus 10 is 303. All right, that is how you count pips if there are 2 or 3 numbers after the decimal place. All right, take a screenshot of that, picture of that, guys, so you have that for your notes. We'll do one with 4 or 5 numbers after the decimal place. There we go. All right. I'll zoom in a little bit here. All right, there we go. Now, as you see here on this pair, the EURNZD, that's the euro versus the New Zealand dollar. All right, you can see there are 5 numbers after the decimal place now. All right, we're going to go with the 1.70120. We'll use that one. All right, so if there are 4 or 5 numbers after the decimal, use the 4th digit. So we're going to go with 1.70120. $1.70120. All right, that's what we're going to use as our example. All right, so if price goes from 1.70120 to 1.70130, that is 1 pip up. All right. 4th number of the digit. If price goes from 1.70120 to the 4th number after the decimal place, that's that pip. So if it goes from that to 1.70130, 2 plus 1 is 3, that's 1 pip up. All right, now if price goes from 1.70120 to 1.0110, 2 minus 1 is 1, therefore that's 1 pip down. All right, next is 10 pips. If price goes from 1.70120 to 1.70220, that is 10 pips up. So from 1.70120 to 1.70120 to 1.70220, that is 10 pips up. 10 up. All right. last but not least, if price goes from not grow. If price goes from 1.70120 to 1.70020, that is 10 pips down. 12 minus 10 is 2. That's it. That is how you count pips, whether it's 2 or 3 digits, always use the second digit, or if it's 4 or 5 digits, always use the 4th digit. All right, now that's going to come in handy. All right, now let's go ahead and set a trade. So imagine, all right, we look at this here, we zoom all the way out. You see we have more green than red. All right, so you want to look for buys only. All right, I'm going to hit sell just because price is coming down. It didn't really matter. So I'm going to hit sell. All right, so first, to be able to put a trade on easily, you want to right click on the black of the screen and select one click trading. All right, so we're black on the screen, right click. You get this menu options here. Select one click trading, and your one click trading button is up here. All right, you have the sell side, the buy side. These are buttons, and inside you have the lot size. Now I'm gonna go over lot sizes real quick, and then we'll put a trade on and show you how to set take profit and stop loss. So there are 3 types of lot sizes. There's the micro lot. All right. Micro lot is 0.01 to 0.09. So 0.01 is 10 cents. That means every pip up or down is 10 cents. So if you go 10 pips, that's $1. 10 cents times 10 is $1. All right. That's the micro lot. It goes all the way from 0.01 to 0.09. The 0.09 is 90 cents. All right. Next is the mini lot. Mini lot is written as 0.1 to 0.99. It is the $1 lot size. Mini lot is written 0.1 to 0.99. 0.1 is $1. So if price goes up 1 pip, that's $1. If it goes down 10 pips, that's $10. All right. Micro lot, 10 cents. Mini lot, 10 cents to 90 cents. Mini lot, $1 to $9.90. 0.99 is $9.90. Then next, and my favorite, is the standard lot. Is written as 1.00 to infinity. $10. All right. Now, standard lot is written as 1.00 to infinity, because the more money you have in your account, the bigger the lot size. If you have enough money in your account, you can put a 50.00 lot size on. If you have enough money in your account, you can put a 1,000 lot size on. I've seen a bank have a 100,000 lot size placed on their chart. That is a $1 million per pip trade. $1 million per pip trade. All right. The standard lot is written as 1.00. That is $10 per pip. So if price moves up 1 pip, that's $10. If price moves down 10 pips, that is $100. All right, $100. All right, those are the 3 types of lot sizes. I recommend and I'm writing these notes here so you guys I write these notes here so you can take pictures, screenshots, whatever. You can have the information for later. I recommend using a 0.01 lot size for every $100 you have in your account. So if you have $1,000 in your account, that's 10 100s. Therefore, you should do 0.01 times 10, which is a mini lot, 0.1. So on a $1,000 account, you should be using a 0.1 lot size. This is proper risk management. You want to manage your risk because you'll have to get 1,000 pips wrong before all your money is gone. All right, 1,000 pips wrong. And with AIRO, I've never seen that before. So let's put it that way. So I recommend using a 0.01 because it's not about hitting home runs. It's about being consistent and consistently making profits that add up over time. Because if you over leverage your account and use larger lot sizes, you may make larger money, but when you take losses, those losses are going to be bigger. And that can eat into your profits very, very quickly. All right. So you want to make sure you use proper risk management. All right. Now that we know that, we understand lot sizes and we understand how to count pips. All right. Price is trying to come down here. All right. I'm going to hit sell. When I hit sell, you see a dotted green line pops up on the white line here. The red line is the ask. You always buy at the ask. The white line is the bid. You always sell at the bid. All right. This is my demo account, so I'll have no problem putting trades on here. As you can see here, I'm negative right now. I got a 0.20 lot size. I'm negative right now. For me to be positive, both the red line and the white line need to be below the dotted green line, which is my entry. When both of those get below there, I'm in profit. All right. That's for a sale. If I'm going to buy, both the red line and white line need to be above the dotted green line for me to be in profit. All right. Now, here's the easy part. How do you set stop loss and take profit? All right. If you're in a sale, we hit sale because price is kind of heading down. We hit sale. So take profit is going to be below price down here somewhere, below our entry, because we expect price to go down. Stop loss will be above it. Our stop loss is just that. It's going to stop the loss. So if price goes back the wrong way too far, it will stop us out so that we don't lose any more money than what we're willing to risk on this specific trade. All right. And take profit will close us out at a certain take profit level so that we can what? So that we can lock in our profits, all right, and not stay in the market. The longer you're in the trades, the longer your money, the longer your account is at risk, all right? The longer your money is available and being utilized in the market, the more at risk your account is, all right? Now, to set stop loss and take profit, all right, you want to put your mouse on the actual dotted green line, your entry, until it says drag to modify. Click your mouse and hold and drag. We're in a sale, so we drag down, and you see here on the right-hand side over here, you have the words. It gives you your contact, your order number. It says TP. That means take profit. It tells you how much money you'll make if price gets to this level, and then it tells you how many pips. So our rules are 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. The reason why we have a bigger stop loss is because these pairs I recommend are volatile. You want to give them some room to move. They don't always go in one direction. They don't always go straight down. They don't always go straight up. All right. So to do so, you just want to move it up until you see this here says 200 pips right there. That's 203 pips. So 203 is really 20.3. All right. So that's 203 pips, but it's really 20.3. They just didn't put the decimal in there. All right. So you want to scroll down to it says 203 pips. You know that's 20.3. Then you do the same thing over for the stop loss. We know the stop loss is going to be above, so we drag up. Drag to modify, drag up. You look over here, and you see here it says negative 400 pips. Let go. We know negative 400 pips is really what? Negative 40.0. Now you're done. Now you see it here. When price, the red and white line get below this red line here, it will automatically close your trade out with profit. And if the red and white line come up here and touch your red line, you will automatically be closed out at stop loss. All right. Now, if you see the opposite zone pop up, or you make a mistake, or whatever the case may be, you want to get out of a trade, you open up your terminal. So go up here underneath charts. There's this blue and white little piece of paper here. It says terminal. Click on that. Select trade, and you'll see your balance of your account, and you see all your trades down here. To close the trade out, hit the X. X will automatically close the trade out. All right. You guys saw the pip counter was showing. All right. So I'm going to show you how the pip counter works. If I hit sell, it's going to do what? GBP NZD. That's the chart we're on. It says we're in a GBP NZD trade. We're -3 pips. GBP NZD is red, which means that we're in a sale. If I hit buy, you see the buy at the bid up here, or the ask. Now you see GBP NZD is what? Now it's green. That means this trade is in a buy. So if the pair says is red, we're in a sell. If it's green, we're in a buy. It tells you each position if you're negative or not, or positive. And then AIRO pips overall tells you what you are overall. So -4, -3 equals what? -7. So this is what a pip counter is for. So it works pretty cool because if you're on another chart, it tells you what's going on, even if you're not on that chart. That way you kind of get an idea and you don't have to worry about staying on one chart and freaking out. You know what's going on as long as you move from chart to chart. As long as you have AIRO on the chart, it'll show. If you don't have AIRO on the chart, it won't show. All right. Close these out here. And we are out. All right. That pretty much is it, my friends. Let me see here. Michael, that is correct. All right. If you're trading and price is more than 20 pips away, you can enter into the trade. However, if another ceiling, if you're in a buy and another ceiling pops up out of nowhere, because that's what happens, you immediately exit the trade. That's not contradictory because if the first ceiling is here, matter of fact, let's go look at it to make it easy for you. Let me find an example for you real quick. All right, great. So as you see here, there's a sale right here. Bounce. Price came down. You got a down arrow. You hit sell. Now, I'm just giving an example. It's outside the money zone. I know. I'm just giving an example. Bounce. Hit a sell. You see this green zone started right here. But from here to here, is 349 pips. So you see here in the middle, it said 349. That is 34.9. It's 34.9 pips away. So you enter the trade for a sale. But guess what? When price got down here, 10 pips away, guess what? Another zone popped up, another floor. So guess what? You exit the trade. Otherwise, guess what? Look, it's going the opposite direction. Back to your stop loss. Here, it popped up here. You would have closed out with 10 pips profit instead of being almost 40 pips in the wrong direction. That's what I mean. If you're in a trade and there's no zone, enter. If another zone pops up, you exit. Hopefully that makes sense. If so, again, if it doesn't, go back, please watch the videos. All right. All right, guys, let me check Q&A. So somebody asked about understanding if news is buy or sell. You don't understand that. You don't know what news is going to do. So you stay away from news. All right. So if you guys are seeing news, stay away from news. I'm going to have a video about news so that you guys can understand how to use it. but we don't know if news is going to be bullish or bearish, so you stay away from it. If you have an arrow inside the zone, you don't take it. You want to bounce a price, then an arrow. You don't take an arrow inside the zone. All right? Bounce, then an arrow. If I don't teach to take arrows inside the zone, don't assume you can do that. Don't do it. Only follow the rules. Don't make it harder than what it has to be, guys. Everyone asks that question. Doesn't matter. Only follow the rules that are given. That will keep you out of trouble. The arrows pop up based on price, and they give you the opportunity to potentially get in or not. All right. If the arrow is in the zone, don't get in. Now, if the arrow is inside the zone, but the candle is sticking out of the zone in the right direction, you're good to go for the trade. All right. But if the arrow is inside the zone and the candle is inside the zone, exit. Don't even enter the trade. All right. When you sort of take profit and stop loss, can you leave your trade? You can leave a trade if you want to. All right. I always monitor my trades because if a zone pops up, I want to exit. All right. So this is not an EA. This is manual trading, which means what? It means you have to manually watch your trades. All right. That's why I recommend getting the remote desktop app and putting it on your phone so you can actually, when you're on the move, watch to see if a zone pops up. If it does, you can exit your trade. If not, let it run to take profit, and you're good to go. All right. I don't see any more questions, guys. So hey, this has been great. This is AIRO 101. I will be back on this coming Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're moving it up. 1 a.m. Central Standard Time for live trading. You can ask more questions there. We'll take live trades so you can see how everything works in real time. And we'll potentially have the opportunity to make some money. All right. Welcome to the AIRO family. Welcome to AIRO Nation. Thank you for trusting me and taking the opportunity to better your life by potentially making money and taking profits out of the Forex market. All right. I will see you guys on the funny paper. If you guys are going to trade tonight, make sure you trade responsibly. I'll see you Wednesday morning. Thanks.